Hello, today might be the weirdest video yet. We've got lots of cult antics. You'll find out what it's like living with that boy. Lots of awkward angles. Wait till you see the one coming up. It's like I haven't learned anything. And I am working on Colt's Corner because, it gets decluttered, or it gets recluttered too. I had big plans this week. I was going to tackle this little area, the ottoman that's kind of by the back door, and I was also going to tackle an area right in front of the couch. Well, sadly, that did not happen. Today, I am decluttering Colt's Corner because that's really all I managed to do. And I'm really sorry that you can't really see anything that I'm doing because apparently I decided to give you a really stupid angle here. In last week's video, I mentioned that I was having a low energy week, and this turned into much of the same. Then I realized Mother's Day's coming and I gave up. I've been missing my mom a lot lately. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and feel the grief and let myself be sad. I am crying too early, people. I'll cry later. As I was cleaning up this area, I realized that one thing I need to add to my whiteboard is, of course, picking up after dog toys and dog treats. There are plenty of those that are lying around on the floor. Colt also just really, really, really loves bags. I am moving this one out of reach as soon as I'm done. My recycle bin is full right now, so I won't be able to put it out there yet. But if I don't move it out of reach, Colt will get into it and rummage through the contents, and that defeats the whole purpose. I did enjoy watching the dog circle around underneath my chair. I don't think I noticed that at the time. But both of them were doing it. It was pretty fun. I'm not doing anything complex or unique here. I'm just sweeping up either trash or recycling and putting it into various bags, which Colt is very interested in. Oh, that little guy. It's an adventure to live with him. He's got so much energy and he seems kind of ADD like me. A short attention span, and if he's not interested, he's just moving along and finding something around the house that will interest him. And then there are times like last night when he was walking across me and I kind of pet him. He decided, okay, let's do this. So he laid down on me. I was going to try and get a jump start on my video editing this week, but instead I bonded with this little guy. And then there are times when I have to pause the video because he's barking and trying to get up onto the counter at something that he smells up there. He is the main reason why I'm having a hard time sticking to a video schedule. I'm trying to get videos up on Thursday, but this boy does not like it when I am editing. I have had to stop this video 6 times, stop this voiceover 6 times, and we are at 5 minutes. I need to get my Kongs washed so I can put a pumpkin concoction in there that he can just dig out while I'm doing this. I knew a young adult would have energy. I didn't know it would be this much energy. But we are wrapping up the first part of my decluttering of this corner. The boys are sleeping. So let's try and get this done. Okay, I don't always go to thrift stores when I'm depressed. I really don't. However, I needed another picture frame, and thrift stores are really the best place to go, in my opinion, for picture frames. Unless you're looking for something super, super specific that you know you won't find there, because they are much cheaper than they are elsewhere. Last month, I went to a dog rescue fundraiser, and I got a picture of the boys. Well, I got a few pictures. Let's keep it real. But I need to add Colt to the picture of dog shelf in my living room. And I do have a semi-specific thing in mind, but I was hoping I'd be able to find it here. Now, I wanted to see if I could find a basket that I could use to shop in my scrapbook room. I liked that one quite a bit, that black one, but it was chipped in several places, which isn't a huge big deal, but it was pretty dirty too, and so I decided not on that. And then I looked ahead and saw a bunch of cute trays. Well, the trays were very nice aesthetically, but super heavy. And I know I'm not going to use that to shop in my scrapbook room if it's heavy. So instead, I got this smaller basket. It's pretty cute as well. I like that it won't take up a lot of space in the scrapbook room, but I will be able to throw any accessories or embellishments that I want to do. I saw a dog out of the corner of my eye, so I had to look at that picture, which, 5 years ago I probably would have bought, but I don't need that. Then I backed out of that aisle because there were 3 other people looking at picture frames, so I had to go somewhere else because I wasn't going to try and squish in with all of that. Still an introvert over here. Then I thought, well, let's see, maybe I can find a metal tray to do my shopping, but no. So I'm going to stick with the basket that I have. Let's see if I can get back in that lane. But no, I'm going to take a turn over here to look at the furniture because I am looking for a pink office chair. And I'm also looking for something I can use in the living room besides a TV tray. Basically, I want something that would replace the TV tray and the cart. But we'll talk about that in another video. Finally, I was able to squeeze in to look at the frames. And here we go with some more awkward angles. I'm sorry. Clearly, I am not the greatest at this kind of thing. I think there was one other person in this aisle when I got there. So I wasn't totally alone, but I didn't want to wait. I am looking for a frame that is mahogany, if possible. If not, I am looking for a frame that would look nice with the 2 mahogany frames that I already have. And I would prefer if it was like a more sturdy wood frame rather than a cheaper plastic kind. And it needs to be 5x7 to go with the other 2. I found that floral frame and I was like, oh, this is so pretty. I'm sure I could find a spot for that. I put it in the cart, but you'll see. As I was going through things, I found that it was kind of one or the other. There was either a mahogany-ish frame that was sort of cheaper on the materials. I end up getting this one. It is the right color, but it's definitely a landscape orientation. But I'm sorry, I couldn't resist that frame. Oh, I will figure out what to put in it. Or, okay, so back to, I found either the more cheaper feeling mahogany, or I found the heavier in a different color altogether. So I scooped a bunch up, put it in my cart, and then went down the candle aisle, which I don't regret this. It is the Christmas Eve scent candle by the Salt City Company, which is now out of business, but their candles are amazing, like beyond amazing. It's probably my favorite all-time brand. So when I came across it, I was like, I'm taking it, and the scent is awesome. My actually all-time favorite candle scent from them is called Victorian Christmas. If they had had that, I would have fainted in the aisle. But Christmas Eve is also a very good scent, so I grabbed it, and I have no regrets. All right, time to make choices. I went and sat down because I was out of stamina. I could not stand any further. So I am going through and making decisions. It was a nope on that pretty floral frame because I'll find a place for it somewhere is not a good enough reason to buy it. But this one I did go ahead and get. It's the cheaper material, but it's really the closest color match. And maybe I can just use it as a placeholder until I find something that fits this color and is a better material. Now I'm back at home with my goods. And here's the basket. And let's go ahead and clean this frame so I can add it in. Well, add the photo and then put it on the shelf with the others. Chris Evans as Captain America is being relocated to the comic book corner, which is in the spare bedroom. Now I'm just going to go ahead and clean this because, yeah, it was kind of dusty. What's your guess on whether this cutie has a wonky ear or not in this photo? All right, here it comes. It's coming soon. No wonky ear. Not in this one anyway. He does have a wonky ear in his little group shot. So there's that. So let's go ahead and put this, well, let's take off the tag. $2.99. Yay. Thank you, Goodwill, for making sure that I could put this on the shelf. And now we're going to go ahead and add it on. There we go. This frame ended up being pretty good. Let's get back to it. Colt found a bag of bags, so I have a few bags that weren't there before that are there now. I'm now grabbing this basket and using it as a home for their shoes that are strewn all over the floor. And I am going to return this toy to the toy box. Not very well, apparently, because it fell out. You would never know that I was on my high school basketball team for 1 year from that performance. I am happy to have my inspector back doing his duty. I would say Colt's inspecting, but I really think he's just looking for how he can raise a bit more chaos. Oh, they're both great dogs, though. They are chilling right now, so that is good. And let's go ahead and finish off this room with a bit of mopping, of course. Grabbing the wipes that were over here from the last time, from the last video when I did this side. And now we are going to finish it off. I do love the mopping portion. It's always very satisfying. Partly because I know that means we're almost done, but also because I love seeing the floor shine a little bit. Let's go ahead and get to the results. There's not a lot today, but I did something and that's good. Here's the before and here's the after. And now I wanted to share that I've got my supplies set up. I'm ready to start making mystery boxes. So look for that in next week. Lots of you have been asking about that, so I got you. This one is for you, the one who struggles every time Mother's Day rolls around, whether it's because of an estrangement or your mother has passed, or you wanted to be a mother and couldn't, or maybe you feel like you don't deserve to be celebrated. Whatever the case is, I want you to know that I love you and I see you. I avoid a lot of social media on Mother's Day. Whatever your reason, show yourself self-care any way that you need to. It's okay if you need to be offline. It's okay if you need time for yourself. Hug the people you love close and remember to love yourself too.